What's up? Rob here, Old City Vapors, and today is the day I ordered this ghost box, the GhostArk, over 8 months ago. And mine just finally arrived today. And all the way from China. I ordered it from Italy, and I didn't know at the time that they were going to be manufactured in China, and paid for it 8 months ago, and it has just now showed up. A little smashed on one end, but maybe that'll be okay. Let's open her up and see what I have in here. There hasn't been too good of reviews on this device as of yet. There's been a few good ones. The first couple hundred that were sent out were pretty horrendous. I've been keeping my mouth shut until now. Today is the day. We shall see what's happened with the GhostArk. There we go. GhostArk. Now, I paid $269 for mine, and kind of makes me wonder when it says value on the box is $120. Hey, just saying, you know. So it comes, nice, sturdy cardboard box. 5 functions and just one device. You have a ghost box, an EVP recorder, a sound trap, an EMF meter, temperature and pressure, and data analysis. There you go. 8 months. And there it is. Packaged nicely. I'll give them that. So far, it looks kind of nice. A little better than I was expecting it to look. So we'll see what else is in the box. Looks like we got some basic operating instructions here. This device has 4 independent modes which can be selected by using the central knob. Data are sweep, EVP, record, loops, data, radio sweep, EVP, record, loops, menu button, supply, 12 volt power supply, which would appear to be right here. Got the, what I'm assuming are the earbuds in here. When I purchased this, I got the Hunter's pack. So, got some little extra earbud pads there, and some what looks like maybe wood or plasticky wood looking earbuds there, which don't look too terribly bad. We'll see. Got the little USB connector cord, and I like how they showed the little JBL speaker on the GhostArk page that you get, but in actuality you get this little keychain speaker here with a little jack that plugs in the back there. You know, not complaining, but it'd be nice if they actually included what they showed you were going to get. And here's the external little antenna that would appear to plug in the antenna port, which would be right there. There's the side view. Here's the front view. Here's the other side. SD card, which is a Kingston micro SD card. We'll see if it actually turns on, if it has any power to it. Doesn't appear to have any charge to it. Either that or it's just not turning on. Which, I gotta say, at this point wouldn't surprise me. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a charge, plug it into the charging outlet, and we'll see what happens then. Okay, we'll be back to continue this little open box unboxing of the long-awaited GhostArk. It's finally here. It's in my hand. You know, size-wise, I use an iPhone 6 Plus, which is right there. And here is the GhostArk. A little bit taller. About the same width, maybe a little bit wider. Definitely thicker. But, you know, it's a good size. It feels nice. Feels nice in the hand. Will it work? That's the question. Will it work? And will it continue to work over time? So we'll see. Gonna have to charge it up and see if it actually turns on. So there you go. There's part one of the long-awaited GhostArk. All right, here it is out of the box. Initially, it did not have a charge on it, and I charged it up, and it took forever to charge it up. A good 6 to 8 hours for the initial charge. Hopefully, that won't always be the case, but if it is, well, what are you going to do about it? That it is what it is. I'm hoping the battery life, actually using it, you know, once it is charged to 100%. You know, I've read different reviews where you get, you know, 4 hours or more. Who knows? I don't know because I haven't had it out in the field yet. You know, I just got it. We're just opening it up. We're just taking a look at it. But I did charge it, and the good news is, press the on button there, and it actually comes on, loads up properly right out of the box without a problem. There you go. It's on data right now, and you can see there's the temperature gauge, pressure. It gives you all of that, and all of my buttons here, dials I should say, and buttons down here. Everything actually seems to be working properly and lined up properly. Right now it's on data. Move it to radio sweep, and there you go, radio sweep. Move the little dial over here. If you see right up here, I'll use the antenna as a pointer. Right up here you see FM, AM. Everything seems to be lined up and working properly. You don't hear it right now because I don't have the little speaker that comes with it plugged in. I'll plug that in just a minute. Oh, what the hell? Well, I'll plug it in right now just so we can hear the radio sweep. Volume button on the side right there. Everything seems to be working properly with that. Turn it up, turn it down. Sounds, you know, similar to PSP 7 or PSP 11. Some people like that. Some people hate that. I knew, you know, initially that it was going to be like this. And I still use my PSP 7 quite a bit. and several other radios that have this similar sound to them. You know, plugging it in, I'm going to be curious to plug it into my Portal and see what it sounds like, you know, with filtering some of that staticky crap out of there too. So, like I say, sometimes I use it both ways. I still use my PSP7 all the time. I get good results with that, and as well as a few other radios that have this similar, you know, radio sweep sound style, whatever. So initially, I knew that's what it was going to be. I heard the initial test of it, and I was expecting it to be, you know, typical noisy. I know some people hate that. Some people, if you hate that style, this isn't the style for you. What can I say? I particularly think sometimes like I say, I use them both. I built a Portal. I use that a lot with radios, with apps. Sometimes I like that quiet sound and just get responses. Other times I use my radios, my PSP7s, stuff like that, just the way they are, and I you know, have that staticky sound. So I use both of them. So, you know, initially, yeah, is it a noisy radio? Yeah, it's a noisy radio. But you still get good responses sometimes with a noisy radio. So, with that being said, everything else seems to be working pretty good. And the radio sweep, which is right over here, right now it's on 150, 200, 250, 300. And then over here is like just steady, I guess. 150, which is hauling butt. So radio sweep, the scan rate seems to be working properly. The buttons do turn all the way around, but they do kind of click into position where you put it. You know, it's a little tactile click there, not a noisy click or anything, but just kind of pops into place. Everything seems to be properly working like it should. Data, radio sweep, EVP. If you're going to do a recording, you don't want to do that with the speaker plugged in. That's for sure. You can see, you know, microphones are picking up something right now. Hit the record button. You see the little record indicator right there. Come on. So it is actually recording right now. And, you know, we'll see what it records, if it records properly. Hit the stop button. There is our EVP that we just recorded with the EVP recorder. Plug the speaker back into it. Also comes with these little earbuds, which, you know, they sound pretty decent. They're, you know, they're not going to be like Bose headphones or anything like that, but they actually sound pretty decent. And this little speaker, even though initially I thought it was going to come with a little bit better speaker, for a little tiny speaker, you know, that is USB chargeable, you know, it sounds okay. And it is, I kind of, you know, it's small. So if you're just going to be using the speaker, I mean, it comes with a pretty long cable, probably a 5-6 foot cable. And, you know, you can hang it around your neck. You can hold on to it, whatever. So, you know, sometimes small is good. When you don't want to carry a bunch of crap with you, hey, it is what it is. So let's see what the recording sounds like. See the little record indicator right there? Come on, so it is actually recording right now. And, you know, we'll see what it records, if it records properly. You can also slow it down, reverse it. Speeding it up. Slowing it way down. You can reverse it. You can reverse it, slow it down, speed it up, all that. So all that works properly. Like I say, everything seems to work properly. This is where your EVP files will be. You want to get rid of them, hit the X there, erase, erasing, boom, done, gone. So all that seems to be working properly. You put it over here on the loop section. Right now, files are empty, and there you go. If you have, you can record whatever. You can make your own white noise loops, whatever you want to do there, and you can make them play for 1 minute, 5 minutes, however you want them to play. You can do that. So, like I say, everything as far as that goes seems to be working properly. I don't know, you can adjust your brightness, temperature, memory status, set your date and time. All of that seems to be working. There's the time and everything right there, which is working properly. It's 6:49 here, and that's what time. Just changed to 6:50 on my computer. So there you go. All that seems to be working properly as well. Back on data. Initially, like I say, everything works. The EVP lights, or excuse me, the EMF lights, right up here at the top. If I put it up to my computer, they light all the way up and beep. So that seems to be working properly as well. Um, Lights on it. There are the lights. Um, you know, I'm not going to use the lights unless you're in pitch dark, which a lot of times if you're ghost hunting, hey, guess what? You're in the pitch dark. So the lights will come in handy. If you're not, if you're in an environment where you can see the device, or see the buttons, you'll be able to see the screen here because it's going to be backlit and everything normally. Um, Turn the lights off. They're just going to chew up your battery unless you need them. But they do light up pretty cool. And the only thing I'm kind of wondering about is the temperature gauge, which is right there. When I first turned this on, if you noticed, I think it was 75 point something. It's up to 78.8 right now. Um, I'm not sure how accurate that temperature gauge is going to be. But roughly in my house right now, it's about 77, 78 degrees. So that's about, pretty accurate as far as the temperature goes. Is it going to climb up more if you're using the device or holding the device? Possibly. So I don't know how accurate that temperature gauge is going to be. But, it's going to get you in the ballpark, I'm assuming, unless I'm using it for an hour and I look over here and it says it's 100 degrees. But right now it's 78. And if you're out in the field using it and you see that little light plus or minus for the temperature come on, and your temperature goes from 78 down to 60 or something like that, you're getting some kind of spike, some kind of weird phenomenon or something going on. So it's going to get you in the ballpark. I use just a handheld temperature gauge. I always have one of those in my bag anyways. So, how is it 100% accurate? I kind of doubt it. But I don't know. As long as it stays within a decent ballpark range, I think it should be fine. Pressure gauge, everything seems to be working. So that's a good start anyways. Will it continue to work over time? Time will tell, just got it. So showing you guys the unboxing and just chatting about it a little bit and showing that everything is actually working properly like it should. So that was a huge plus. The overall feel and everything of the device, it feels pretty good. Like I say, the buttons on the side, they're not the most tactile. They're not like clicky little precision buttons, but they all do seem to be working properly. The lights work. all the functions that I've tried so far have worked uh, good. So got the push to talk button over here, forward, reverse, DC input over there for charging it. Uh, Audio 16 gig card is what came in it. It's the Kingston card, regular SD card, and then it's the little adapter for the mini card. Didn't have a problem with it. I turned it on. It worked. I didn't have to format it. Didn't have to do anything. I don't have the card for the top and haven't put one in yet, but I do have several of them around here. I purchased the Hunter's Pack. Like I say, I paid $269 with shipping, and I don't know if I was supposed to receive that card, but I don't have it in my pack. But not that big a deal. Whatever. I'm not going to bitch about it. Um, it's got your antenna there that you plug in your little antenna, which is right here, and it extends out. Some people, just like with the PSP7 or any other little Ghost Box radio, some people use the antenna, some people don't use the antenna. You know, but it is there if you want to use it. Headphones plug in right there, which that's kind of a cool feature to use if you're, investigating. You don't want to use a speaker. You want to be in a more quieter environment, especially if you're doing EVPs or whatever. You can listen back to them right away with headphones. So that's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to plugging this into my portal and seeing what it sounds like through that. Filter that staticky crap out of there. But like I say, I use it both ways. Devices like this that have that typical PSP7 sound, I use those, and other times I run it through the portal and filter some of that out. So, not complaining about that. I knew what I was getting into from the get-go. Just didn't know how long I would be waiting for it. Like with any company, GhostArk, they've had problems. Any new company, they're going to have some initial startup problems, and GhostArk has obviously had their share of them. That's a chance you got to take when you order something brand new that isn't in full production and been tested. Is that their fault? You could say, yeah, it is. But you could also say, well, partly my fault too, because I took a chance on ordering something that I knew wasn't in full production yet. And there's a good possibility that the first batch of them are going to have issues, which they did. Unfortunately, it'd be great if it was, bam, right out of the box, perfect, worked perfect. But that wasn't the case. They had some issues. You either deal with it or you don't. I waited for mine forever. I figured if it showed up and it was just a big piece of crap that didn't work, I would frame it, put it in a shadow box, put it on the wall with a caption under it, live and learn, whatever. But it actually showed up. I got to give them credit for that. The few times that I did email GhostArk about the device and, what the hell's going on? Where's it at? What's the update? They actually did email me back. I know some people, I've read nightmare stories, and, obviously their customer service, customer relations or whatever had some epic failures along the way. But, I don't know. I personally can't say that they, treated me bad over it. Yeah, it took a long time to show up, but it's here. It's finally here. Everything works. None of the buttons, none of the knobs have fallen off yet, anyways. So hopefully everything continues to work. Time's going to tell. I'm going to use it probably this week sometime, or over the weekend, I should say, and try to get a first actual investigation use of it, whatever, out, field test. I may run one here at the house, plug it in, and if I do, I'll record it and throw it up on the YouTube channel. But overall, works properly. Everything seems to function properly. EMF, goes up. Temperature gauge, like I say, it's up to 82.4 now. I'm holding it. I know it's not 82.4 in my house right now, or I'd be sweating my ass off. So temperature gauge, don't know about that. Don't know how accurate that's going to be. But everything else seems to be functioning properly. No, no major complaints. Like I say, all the buttons on the side, everything seems to work. Uh, the overall feel of the device, it feels nice. Looks pretty nice. I don't really have any complaints about it. It feels pretty solid. Nothing, you know, buttons rattle a little bit, but I mean, overall, it feels pretty decent. So I'm looking forward to using it. Is it the end all device? Is it the device of all devices? No, it's just another device, and we're ghost hunters. So this is the kind of stuff we buy. What more can I say? Some people may love it. I'm sure tons of people are going to hate it, but it is what it is. Mine showed up. Everything seems to be working properly so far. And there's the little battery life indicator over there. So, right now I don't have any major complaints. Everything seems to be working properly. Turn it off. Turns right off. Turn it on. Boom. Comes right on. No problems. So, looking forward to actually giving this a shot out in the ghostly field and see what we get. So there you go. Go back up top, and there you have it, the GhostArk. So there it is, the GhostArk. It's here. It works like it's supposed to. And initially, like I said before, I don't have any complaints. It's working like it should. Everything seems to be functioning properly. I got one and only tracking number from GhostArk, and it became active just like a week and a half ago. And GhostArk told me, hey, that's your tracking number. It's assigned to your name, your address when you placed your order. That's the only number you're going to get. And like I say, it became active, and it showed up here. I tracked it when it said it was being processed out of the facility in China, and followed it across the globe, across the country to my doorstep. And here it is, and it works fine. I've talked to several friends that have ordered these, and they're still awaiting theirs. And hopefully everything shows up in the same condition or better than mine. So, like I say, I don't have any complaints right now, other than it took a long time, and that's part of it, I guess, when you pre-order something. You never know what you're going to get. I was really anticipating when I hit that initial on button and nothing happened. I was like, oh boy, here we go. But after the initial charge, everything seems to be working. I'm going to put a link below also. I'll include GhostArk's link to any of you that don't know what this device is that I've been rambling about for 30 minutes. You can check it out. Check out their website. I'll also include a link to another YouTube channel. He's made some really good kind of tutorial videos, shows you how to use everything, because the initial instructions that I did get with this device, they're pretty basic. And we're supposed to be getting a detailed instruction manual or whatever. I don't know. I'd be happy if you could just download it from the GhostArk website, and or it'll come in a newsletter according to them, whatever. But you got basic instructions. It's not that hard to figure out how to work the thing, as long as everything works right. And it's pretty straightforward. If you've used ghost boxes before, you can pretty much figure out this. It's doesn't take a rocket scientist. Anyways, there you go. There you have it. Mine works. I wish everybody else the best of luck with theirs. Let me know in the comments below if you've got one and how yours works. I'm sure I'll get a barrage of comments if anybody that has actually ordered one of these and got one and they don't work. I'm sure I'll hear about that too. But hey, there's good and bad. Mine works. Hope yours does too. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with more videos. Looking forward to using this in the field. And time will tell. We'll see if it still works a week or two or a month from now. All right. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.